Number 1. The vulture's acid stomach. Vultures get a bad rap. They're scavengers, they eat dead things, and they're not exactly winning any beauty contests. But their entire existence is a monument to grotesque efficiency. They eat things that would kill any other animal. Carcasses teeming with bacteria and pathogens that would give you a stomach bug so severe you'd regret every decision you've ever made. How do they do it? They have a stomach acid so powerful it could dissolve a steel nail. Their digestive systems are basically a biological version of a hazardous waste disposal plant. They can process and neutralize things like anthrax and botulism, turning a rotting, disease-ridden corpse into a perfectly safe meal. It's a disgusting but crucial part of the desert ecosystem. A cleanup crew that prevents the spread of disease. So, the next time you see a vulture, don't be grossed out, be in awe of its stomach, which is basically an unbeatable, highly acidic fortress against some of the most dangerous things on the planet. Number 2. The rattlesnake's thermovision. You're a mouse, scuttling across the desert floor at night, thinking you're safe from predators. The air is cool, the moon is out, and you're feeling pretty good about your life choices. Then, a rattlesnake strikes, seemingly from nowhere. How did it see you in the dark? It's not magic, it's a biological superpower. Rattlesnakes have special heat-sensing pits on their face, just below their eyes. These pits are so sensitive they can detect temperature differences of just a fraction of a degree. To the rattlesnake, you're not a tiny, insignificant blur in the dark. You're a glowing, pulsating beacon of heat. It's like you're walking around with a giant neon sign that says, "Eat me," from its point of view. It creates a thermal map of its surroundings, allowing it to pinpoint the location of its prey with pinpoint accuracy. Even in pitch-black darkness, it's a terrifying, almost sci-fi level of vision that turns the desert night into a predator's playground. Number 3. The desert tortoise's self-help secret. The desert tortoise is the king of low-key survival. It moves slowly, it eats plants, and it looks like a rock with legs. But what you don't see is its secret weapon against the scorching heat, its own bladder. No, not in the way you might think. A desert tortoise can hold up to a year's worth of water in its bladder, which is less about using it and more about storing it as a reserve for emergencies. This isn't just a simple hydration strategy, it's a full-on psychological and physiological commitment to not dying. They can reabsorb this water when necessary, a true testament to their apathetic genius. But here's the slightly dark part: if you pick one up and it gets scared, it might urinate on you. And since that's a year's worth of water being expelled, it's basically an act of self-sabotage, a desperate attempt to lighten its load for a quick escape. So, if you're ever in the desert and feel tempted to pick up a cute tortoise, just know you might be getting a very soggy, very salty, and very expensive lesson in look but don't touch. Number 4. The kangaroo rat's waterless life. Forget what you know about needing to drink water. The kangaroo rat, a tiny rodent with surprisingly powerful legs, has basically evolved beyond your petty need for hydration, living in some of the most arid parts of the American Southwest. This little guy gets all the water it needs not from a puddle or a stream, but from the seeds it eats. Its body is a biological marvel, a super efficient water reclamation plant. It has evolved kidneys that are so ridiculously good at concentrating urine that it basically pees out a solid, salty crystal. Think about that for a second. Its body reabsorbs almost every single drop of water, leaving behind a microscopic, dehydrated waste nugget. And it gets even more impressive. It can pull moisture directly from the air it breathes out. Its nasal passages act like little dehumidifiers, cooling the exhaled air just enough to condense the water vapor, which is then reabsorbed before it can leave its body. It's like it's recycling its own breath to stay alive. While you're dragging a 30-pound cooler to the beach, this little rodent is perfectly fine, living its best, bone-dry life. Number 5. Lizards, nature's solar panels. Ever seen a lizard doing what looks like push-ups on a rock? No, it's not trying to get swole for beach season. It's actually a sophisticated, reptilian version of solar charging. Lizards are cold-blooded, which sounds kind of mean, but it just means their body temperature is regulated by their environment. So, when the desert sun is blasting, they'll flatten themselves out, maximizing their surface area to absorb as much heat as possible. It's called basking, and it's how they get their internal engines running. But here's the cool part, pun intended, they're not just passive sunbathers. They'll actually orient their bodies to catch the optimal angle of the sun's rays. Like a tiny, scaly engineer adjusting a photovoltaic panel. And when it gets too hot, they'll do the opposite, lift their bodies off the scorching sand. Find a patch of shade. Or even perform a little thermal dance by lifting alternating feet to avoid burning themselves. Your smart thermostat has nothing on these guys. They are the original energy management experts, constantly fine-tuning their biological systems just to stay in the Goldilocks zone of not too hot, not too cold.